Welcome to the Cafe Academy Masterclass for CEO, brought to you by the Cafe Academy, helping people grow their coffee shop from scratch. It is our pleasure to have you here today to embark on this wonderful journey towards building your coffee shop from the ground up. In this executive training course, you will learn how to think like a CEO, how to run team meetings, how to influence different type of people, and much more. Now, before we begin, I would like to briefly introduce myself. My name is Shaun Randall, and I am a business consultant here at the Cafe Academy. And what I do is help entrepreneurs build their coffee shop from scratch with $0. I am very fortunate to be here with you guys, as I will be your instructor throughout the whole course. This course is designed to shift your mind from who you are now to start thinking and moving as the owner of your coffee shop. By the end of this course, you will master the traits and characteristics that will enable you to grow your coffee shop to another level. My goal for you as the instructor of this course is for you to have more confidence and courage to tackle any challenges that comes your way. By the end of this course, if you need help with growing your coffee shop business, please send us an email at inbox@thecafeacademy.com. Now, let's start learning how to grow your coffee shop to the next level. Exercise 1. Thinking like a CEO. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you must think like a CEO. Being the owner of your coffee shop is one thing, but being the CEO of your coffee shop is another thing. A person who owns a coffee shop doesn't have to be fully involved and usually has others running the company. On the other hand, the CEO is responsible for the growth and operation of the company. So assuming you're not just the owner and you're also the CEO of your coffee shop, learning how to think as a CEO is crucial to the continued growth of your coffee shop. To become a successful CEO, you must have the ability to teach yourself to learn from past failures. You don't necessarily have to fail yourself to learn and grow. In fact, it is best to not fail so that you can establish yourself as a person who turns everything you touch into gold. Your failure rate is expected to be next to none. You want to learn from the failures of others so that you can take note of what you should or should not do. You must learn from other coffee startups and why they have failed and what contributed to the failure of their business. We can't always assume that it was the owner of the company who just made the wrong decisions, and that's what caused their company to fall apart. A successful CEO has to look at what's happened in the field. Could it be that there was competition there that rendered the coffee shop unprofitable? Could it be that the coffee shop owner has not put forward a value proposition that makes them more attractive in the eyes of customers? These are the things you want to research so that you can learn from their mistakes and what they did right and wrong. A perfect example of this is way back when our ancestors discovered the creation of fire. The first person who created fire was more than likely to have touched the fire out of curiosity and more than likely have burned his hands as a result. Now, the person observing this realized that he had created a fire, which was a good thing, but it's a bad thing to touch the fire. And this is the process a successful CEO must go through, is to find out what others have done well and what others have done wrong, so that you can use this information to expand your coffee shop business to the next level. As a CEO, you are responsible for the long-term strategy of your coffee shop and for instilling brand values in your employees. One of the valuable assets you will bring to your coffee shop is having a vision. But why is it important to have a vision? It has a lot to do with the process of our mind. If your staff members buy and accept the vision you have given them, this will foster a sense of purpose. And when someone has a sense of purpose, they're more likely to give it their all. Having a vision is unifying. When a clear vision is defined for your coffee shop, it provides a meeting ground or a mutual purpose to make everyone feel as though they are part of a larger whole. This gives deeper meaning to the work and helps to unite everyone in a team that is organized, focused, and working together to contribute to the vision. A clear vision brings inspiration. It creates passion and enthusiasm while increasing commitment and fostering change. This is particularly important in difficult or stressful times, as having a clear vision will produce persistence and remind you of why you started. Exercise 2. Working smarter, not harder. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you must make it a habit to work smarter and not harder. For most people, this can become a challenge because we usually correlate with hard work with achieving success. A long time ago, before our technological process, that was true. In order to grow your coffee shop, you want to learn how to leverage your time and other technologies to save you time and money. By doing so, you will be able to free up your time to focus on growing your company rather than working on your company. The best way to work smarter is to measure your results, not your time. For the same 8 hours it would take to complete this task, is there a way to get the same results in less than an hour? Finding ways to work smarter rather than harder will reduce the time wasted and increase your overall productivity. It is very possible to work hard on something and never seeing the results of your work. To achieve results, you will always have to work hard, but if you can spend less time on something while achieving similar outcomes, then you should go for that. You want to strive to innovate new ways to more effectively complete tasks so that you can concentrate your time and energy on more important things. As a CEO, you want to create a daily to-do list for your coffee shop. This will allow you to efficiently concentrate and schedule your time by having a to-do list. Throughout the day, it is very easy to get pulled in different directions and can result in burnouts. For each task, you want to set an alarm and prioritize which task will generate the most return for your time spent. Set calendar due dates for tasks that you know needs to be completed but can be done later. Look into automating the responsibilities of your company, such as payroll, accounting, social media, and marketing. Using automation tools allows you to streamline repetitive tasks and gives you more time to work on other things that needs more of your attention. For example, if you are writing a document or sending an email, instead of rereading it, consider using Grammarly.com to check your work and spelling errors, as this will consume a lot of your time. To set appointments and meetings, use Calendly.com, as this can remove the back and forth emails for arranging meetings, phone calls, and other appointments. To streamline your social outreach and engagement, use Hootsuite. Using Hootsuite will give you all of your accounts across every social channel in a single dashboard, rather than wasting time posting to each social media accounts, juggling logins, and switching devices. This will allow you to schedule content posting on your social media channels more efficiently and effectively. You want to practice being organized as well. Being organized allows you to look for important documents and files without wasting unnecessary time and effort. Organizing yourself can be a boring process that is most often skipped by many people. But from the perspective of how much time you would have saved if you were organized, you have to look at it from that point of view. The time and energy you would have spent searching for the business plan you have created can cost you a whole day of having to really search for it. To stay organized at your company, create a filing system. Store documents by type and sort them in chronological order. To keep tip-top records, invest in supplies like labels, folders, and filing cabinets. You want to value your time and work smarter, not harder, as the CEO of your coffee shop. Exercise 4. Running team meetings. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you must learn how to run team meetings. But first, you need to know what the benefits of a team meeting are. The aim of a team meeting is to exchange information efficiently and provide a context for discussions on what is being shared. A good team meetings helps teams to align themselves with the topic of discussions, to address any concerns or obstacles, and to clarify future action. When employees understand and are excited about your company's path, the earning margins of your coffee shop business is twice as likely to be above average. It is also important to structure your team meeting agenda when running a team meeting. There needs to be a meaningful reason behind the meeting, and you want to focus on communicating your vision. Meetings do not need to be frequent and should only be used to try to inspire positive change. At your team meetings, you want to discuss the challenges that the coffee shop is facing and how their action can bring about a positive outcome. Then you want to ask and listen to any input or ideas. As you listen to their inputs, you want to jot this down in your notes and later decide whether to use or discard any information that was given to you by your staff. You want to keep meetings as small as possible and only invite those who make sense to be part of the meeting. You need to ask yourself what will make this meeting relevant to everyone in a way that increases productivity. Exercise 5. Delegating tasks like a pro. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you must learn how to delegate your task like a pro. As the CEO of your coffee shop, delegating is important because you can't and shouldn't do everything yourself. Some of the common barriers you may face as you grow your coffee shop is thinking that you can do it better and nobody else can do it, or at least do it right. You may also be concerned that the person to whom you are delegating your work will take longer to complete the task and feel like you might as well have done it yourself. Now, this is a normal feeling as you, the CEO of your coffee shop, are striving for perfection. But let's look at it from a different practical standpoint. Let's say it's going to take 6 hours for you to walk someone through a task that you have to complete twice a week. It usually takes an hour and a half each time to finish the task for a total of 3 hours a week. Once 2 weeks have passed after you've trained someone else to do the assignment for you, you will have recouped the time you spent on training, and now you have an extra 3 hours each week. With the free 3 hours you have at your disposal, you can focus more on other activities such as strategy, coaching, or branding your coffee shop. You also want to tell them why they are delegating. For the person you choose to delegate your work, you want to clearly define the purpose of the assignment and explain why so that they understand the importance of the assignment. Explain how tasks will be measured and when updates are expected. The goal is to delegate the objective, not the procedure. You want to focus on the outcome, not the process. Allow the person to do it their way, as their way of doing things might be better than your way. Set them up so that they are properly equipped to do the assignment. Provide them with all the resources they need to make it a continuous success. The goal as the CEO of your coffee shop is to reduce your workload and lead the people who do the job for you. To get to a point where all you do is lead, you should delegate as much as you can. You can only get there by assigning your tasks to the staff you trust. Exercise 6. Motivating others. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you need to learn how to motivate your employees. To motivate your employees, you want to give them a sense of accomplishment and make them feel valued. This is the inner drive for them to work efficiently. Employees need to be told that their hard work is worthwhile and very valuable. They need to feel proud of their work and be empowered to make their own decisions, make plans, and have a clear vision. When an employee feels a sense of achievement, he or she would innately become more engaged in their work and more inspired to maintain and improve their good work. Feeling a sense of achievement is the key to maintaining a productive working environment. As CEO of your coffee shop, you want to set a challenging but realistic goal. A goal can provide direction in a person's career at work and inspire his or her motivation. It can act as a roadmap by providing the direction a person needs to go in order to reach their destination. Simply put, when people have a clear goal and know where to go and how to get there, they will feel much more confident and motivated. When people have a goal or a dream they appreciate, they will try their best to achieve it, thus creating motivation. You also want to give employees a sense of ownership. Aim to increase transparency and encourage employees to take part in discussions and to participate in decision making. It will create a positive attitude and increase job satisfaction, thus creating a happy workforce. When employees know that their ideas and suggestions are valued and feel that they work for themselves, they will become more engaged in their work and work effectively in an enthusiastic way. The key of motivating your employees to work effectively is to make them work happily and recognize their talents as much as you can. You want them to know that you respect them and value them. Exercise 7. Influencing different types of people. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you need to learn how to influence different types of people. By influencing others, you will be able to steer them in a direction that will bring you positive results. But how do we go about influencing and persuading people? You need to know what their needs, wants, and values are in life to influence people. The more you understand what those needs are, the better you will be able to position yourself and influence the person. Being able to influence people is an important skill to develop as you grow your coffee shop. Influencing employees. For example, if you want to influence your employees to do their job better, you would need to show a high level of leadership. You want to be an example of how they're supposed to follow. It is essential to maintain reliability through consistency with your employees. They need to see that you carry out your task efficiently and on time, day in and day out. They need to see that you're serious about the mission of your coffee shop company. You want a consistent style of leadership, consistent expectations with your employees, and consistent rewards for a good job. You want to get rid of the mindset of thinking that money is the greatest influence and that you can get anyone to do anything if you just pay them the right number. That may be true a long time ago when things were not regulated and people just needed to make money to take care of their families and are willing to do whatever it takes. It's more different today. Things are more regulated, and people now have the option of just leaving you and going to work somewhere else. When you run your coffee shop, if you are consistently motivated by the same principles, your employees will trust that your ideas are solid and reliable as an extension, and that will make it easier for your staff to perform well. You also want to balance the act of being assertive without being aggressive. As the CEO of your coffee shop, you need to be assertive in order to control the situation in your favor. Being assertive is a way to cultivate a reputation for authority and to gain the ability to influence your employees. Be aware, however, of how you get your message across. Nobody wants to work for someone who bosses them around, and if you do that, you could potentially damage your company's productivity. Influencing investors. Also, when it comes to influencing an investor, you want to understand their needs, wants, and values so that you can get the funding you need to grow your coffee shop business. But what do investors want, and how can we put ourselves in a position to raise money for your coffee shop? There are 5 things investors want to know when they evaluate your business. They want to know 1. An industry they are familiar with. 2. A management team they believe in. 3. An idea with a large market and a competitive advantage. 4. A business that has momentum or traction. 5. An idea that will produce cash flow. So bearing this in mind, we now know how to approach investors in a way that will likely result in your coffee shop being funded. For each of these, you will have complete control except for an industry they are familiar with. Now, you can approach an investor who has no idea about your industry, but you'd have to educate investors about the industry so that he or she can feel more confident about funding your coffee shop. The goal is to make them less worried and increase their trust in your business. But if possible, you want to try to find investors who are familiar with your industry to increase your investment probability. Investors would also like to know more about your management team. If you're the one who manages it, you need to feel confident in your ability to grow your company. You will then need to position yourself as an expert and provide factual information and data about your business. Always strive to keep it simple and clear. Investors also would like to invest in a business or an idea with a competitive advantage. A company with a clear competitive advantage is more likely to win over customers, thus increasing business revenue. You're going to need to elaborate on how your coffee shop is situated. Why are customers coming to your coffee shop? Is it because of your branding efforts? Is it because of where your coffee shop is located? What are some of the strategies you are implementing to make your coffee shop a success? Investors want to know, and this will give them more confidence to invest in your coffee shop business. They also want to see that some kind of revenue is being generated by your coffee shop business. It may not have to be as large as other businesses, but they need to see that people are actually invested in what you are doing and that they are paying cash for your products or services. Whether you are running your coffee shop business on a commercial property or at home, investors want to see that you are making it a priority to make a profit from your business and not just to have a business for the sake of having one or because you are passionate. They need to know that turning a $1 bill into a $10 bill is your goal, and they need to know how are you going to turn that $1 bill into a $10 bill. Of course, they would not be able to do it themselves because it would require plenty of time and effort on their part. So they compensate for that by investing their money in someone who's going to do it for them. By understanding how investors think, you will be able to influence them to invest in your coffee shop business or any business in general. Exercise 8. Building trust. To successfully grow your coffee shop to another level, you will need to learn how to build trust. But what does trust mean and how does it apply to your business? Trust is the willingness to rely on another person's action. In a relationship of trust, the truster is willing to release control over the actions of the trustee. In other words, trust is the currency of social relationship. It is essential to first understand why building trust is important. Build trust with managers and employees. As you grow your coffee shop, you'll need to be able to count on your managers and employees to carry out their work effectively while you're not around. If you are unable to trust your managers and employees to do their job properly, it will keep you from focusing on important things like growing your coffee shop, hiring, and so on. To build trust, you want to be transparent about everything and always tell the truth, so everybody knows you are who you say you are and will do what you say you'll do. You always want to confirm your understandings so that others know that you understand them. Build trust with investors. Building trust is also important when you're planning to raise money from investors. You need to cultivate your own reputation as somebody who can be relied upon. Investors need to know they can trust you before they give you their money. They need to trust that you're out for them and will do whatever it takes to make the company successful so that they can reap the rewards from their investment. They need to trust that you will get it done. They need to trust that you know what you're doing and that you're in a position to face any challenges that comes your way. If you cultivate trust, it will be easier to raise money from investors. Congratulations! You finished the executive training course at the Cafe Academy, helping people grow their coffee shop from scratch. We hope you learned valuable insights from this course and hope that this course has shifted your mindset to achieving your coffee shop business success. As you improve your coffee shop, be sure to use this course as an encouragement and motivation to grow your business. If you believe you have missed any important information, please take this opportunity to rewind and revisit the parts you've missed. If you need help growing your coffee shop business, please send us an email to inbox@thecafeacademy.com. We are here for you and we want you to succeed.